Okay, imagine this. A huge country in Europe, the second biggest, right in the center. That's Ukraine. It's a land where East meets West, a place of rich history and diverse culture. Ukraine is not just a country, it's a fascinating blend of landscapes, people, and traditions. With the big Dnipro River running through it, Ukraine has amazing geography. This river is like the lifeline of the country, providing water, transportation, and a scenic backdrop to many cities and towns. Think wide open fields that go on forever. It's called the breadbasket of Europe for a reason. These fertile lands produce a significant portion of the world's grain, feeding millions. But wait, there's more. Ukraine also has tall mountains, sunny beaches, and forests full of animals. The Carpathian Mountains offer stunning views and are a haven for hikers and nature lovers. The Black Sea coast is perfect for those who love the sun and the sea. It's like nature decided to put everything cool in one place. From the serene beauty of its lakes to the rugged charm of its mountains, Ukraine's natural diversity is truly remarkable. And let's not forget the people. Ukrainians are known for their warmth and hospitality. They are a resilient and proud people with a rich cultural heritage that they love to share. Ukrainians are known for being friendly, tough, and let's be real, they love a good party. Festivals and celebrations are a big part of life here, with music, dance, and traditional foods bringing communities together. This mix of nature and people has made Ukraine a melting pot for centuries. It's a place where ancient traditions meet modern life, creating a unique and vibrant culture. From old empires to modern problems, Ukraine has seen everything. Its history is a tapestry of triumphs and challenges, shaping the nation into what it is today. So get ready because we're going on a crazy trip through Ukrainian history, and believe me, it's a story you won't forget. From ancient civilizations to contemporary struggles, Ukraine's journey is as compelling as it is complex. Let's go back in time a few thousand years to an era where the landscape of Ukraine was vastly different from what we know today. Back then, Ukraine was like the Wild West of Europe, a vast expanse of untamed wilderness and open plains. The Scythians, tough warriors on horseback who were amazing archers, roamed the plains. They were nomadic people, always on the move, living off the land and their herds. Rumor has it they even loved gold tattoos. These weren't just any tattoos, they were intricate designs that showcased their wealth and status. These weren't your regular nomads. They had a rich culture and were known for their skills in warfare and horsemanship. We're talking about serious fighters who even gave the powerful Persian Empire a hard time. Their hit-and-run tactics were legendary. They'd disappear into the plains as fast as they appeared, leaving everyone wondering, where did they go? Their ability to vanish and reappear was almost mystical. It was like a giant game of hide and seek, but with swords and arrows. Their guerrilla warfare tactics kept their enemies on edge. But the Scythians weren't the only cool people in ancient Ukraine. The region was a melting pot of different tribes and cultures, each contributing to its rich history. Remember the Vikings? Those sailors from Scandinavia who loved to explore and sometimes raid? They too made their mark on Ukrainian history. They sailed down the Dnipro River, handling the rapids like pros. Their longships were perfectly designed for these treacherous waters. They called the area Gardariki, meaning land of towns, because guess what? Ukrainians were already building awesome towns. These early settlements were bustling centers of trade and culture. Now let's jump to the Middle Ages and things get really interesting. Kiev on the Dnipro River wasn't just a city, it was the center of a powerful empire, Kievan Rus. Imagine shining golden domes, strong rulers, and a culture so cool it influenced everything from art to buildings. This was Ukraine's best time, a time of trade, learning, and some seriously impressive architecture. Just Google the St. Sophia Cathedral in Kiev, it's incredibly beautiful. But like any good story, there's a twist. Here comes the Mongol Empire, led by the famous Genghis Khan and his family. They swept across the land like a storm, leaving a trail of, well, let's just say things got a bit rough. The Mongols, though known for being tough, also understood trading and sharing cultures. They weren't all bad, just intense. Section 4. Cossack swagger and Tsarist troubles Ukraine's Wild East era. After the Mongols, things didn't exactly get peaceful. The Mongol invasions left a power vacuum and various groups vied for control over the region. The steppes of Ukraine became a battleground for different factions, each trying to establish their dominance. A new group became powerful in the steppes, the Cossacks. These were not just any warriors, they were a unique blend of freedom fighters, adventurers, and skilled horsemen who thrived in the harsh conditions of the Ukrainian steppes. Imagine tough frontiersmen, amazing horseback riders, who loved freedom as much as any American cowboy. They were the embodiment of resilience and independence, living by their own rules, and fiercely defending their way of life. They created their own communities, called Sich, in the Ukrainian steppes. These settlements were not just homes but fortified bases where they could regroup, plan their next moves, and live according to their own laws and traditions. These weren't your average rebels, they were skilled fighters, smart negotiators, and let's be honest, they knew how to have fun. Their lives were a mix of constant vigilance and moments of celebration, where they enjoyed music, dance, and camaraderie. Their stories of brave raids and love of freedom are still told today, often with traditional music and a shot of horilka, Ukrainian vodka. These tales have been passed down through generations, keeping the spirit of the Cossacks alive in Ukrainian culture. But as Ukraine was becoming more powerful, big neighbors like the Russian and Polish empires started wanting its land and resources. The strategic location and fertile lands of Ukraine made it a coveted prize for these empires. It was like a tug of war, with Ukraine stuck in the middle. The constant pressure from these powerful neighbors created a volatile environment where alliances shifted and conflicts were frequent. Even with these problems, Ukrainians never gave up on their language, culture, and who they were. Their resilience and determination to preserve their identity have been a defining feature of their history, celebrated through vibrant cultural festivals and traditions that continue to this day. Section 5: Hammer and Sickle over Wheat Fields. A Soviet Story. The 1900s brought new problems for Ukraine. The Russian Revolution, the creation of the Soviet Union, and the horrors of World War II changed the land and its people. Ukraine, with its good farmland and factories, became a major part of the Soviet Union, but with a terrible price. Remember those big fields we talked about? They became the center of a terrible famine, the Holodomor, caused by Stalin's government. It was a dark time in Ukrainian history, showing how awful totalitarian governments can be. But even with this oppression, Ukrainians never gave up hope. They fought bravely against Nazi Germany in World War II, helping the Allies win. They never stopped trying to keep their identity, even during the worst times. Section 6: Freedom's Dawn and Shadows of Empire, Ukraine's Independence Struggle. Remember 1991? The Berlin Wall was down, and the Soviet Union was falling apart quickly. Ukrainians saw a chance, a little bit of hope for a future without oppression. On August 24, 1991, Ukraine declared its independence from the Soviet Union, a moment celebrated with happy tears and relief. But freedom isn't easy. Becoming independent had challenges: money problems, unstable government, and Russia, which didn't want to let Ukraine go. Ukrainians, though, wanted to control their own future. They worked for democracy, fought corruption, and celebrated their culture. It wasn't simple, but building a country is never easy. Section 7: A nation forged in resilience, looking towards tomorrow, which brings us to today. Ukraine is a country built on toughness. A country that has faced many problems, but has become stronger each time. From the Orange Revolution of 2004, to the Euromaidan protests of 2013 to 2014, Ukrainians have shown they want democracy and won't accept tyranny. Russia taking Crimea in 2014, and the fighting in eastern Ukraine show how easily peace can be broken and how important it is to protect freedom. But through everything, the spirit of Ukraine is strong. The world has watched as Ukrainians have been incredibly brave against Russia. Their fight is for democracy, for freedom, and for the right to choose their own future. And one thing is for sure, Ukraine will never give up.